if you're just like, we're hosting a $20 million circuit, you know, we're doing all this stuff. And I mean, the amount of overhyped crap that has been done by major gaming companies. Listen, um,
Oh, only
Overwatch League, guys, is going to be the big thing. Like,
yeah,
it's such a scam. Like it's disgusting to me when people in my space in esports and gaming over those couple of years around Overwatch League launching, basically you saw everyone come in who are now they're the same people who are in crypto, esports. Buy esports now. It's going to the moon. It's going to be big. Oh, you know, NFTs are the new thing now. It's a Overwatch League NFT. It was such obvious scamming. You know,
yeah,
people just talking things up and saying you got to get in now. You got to get in now. You got to get in early, right? And it was all like just marketing and BS. I've always talked about the organic nature of esports. You know, the number of people out there who talk about StarCraft being a dead game, and they're like, "Oh, there's 100,000 people watching the World Championship. Our game they put millions of dollars in. Every game doesn't have that. Every day doesn't have that. But oh, what? But I thought StarCraft was a dead game. You know, and it's like because so many people are, I guess, not educated on this, and they kind of they buy into the hype of a lot of these things. I always say the best esports, the ones with the most longevity, the most badass esports are the ones that actually would have a scene if there was no involvement from the publisher whatsoever and they were hands off. Look at Smash Brothers. They actively have a publisher trying to burn down their events and like light their scene on fire, and
yeah.
they still will not stop because it's just a badass community. Counter Strike has had natural. It started as a mod. That mod became huge. It's had many iterations since then, but it is huge because of that. Dota as well. It was a mod that grew on its own and people loved and hosted tournaments. Same with StarCraft. So I think the guys in the esports department over there at Stormgate realize this and are like, cool, let's just let that happen. And we can support it a bit and run some of our own tournaments, but let's just like give the tools to our community. And they have talked about how like, hey, we're gonna have good stuff for use map settings, good map editors and things so people can make their own content. I think they're realizing that if they just create a platform, the community will naturally do the rest. They will host a massive esports scene. They will host a crazy amount of content. Content creators will be popping up as all this new content's being created. You get this like cycle, this virtuous cycle. Content creator has new videos about mods to make, like a Giant Grant Games. There's going to be a lot more people like that if Stormgate picks up. Like Giant Grant Games, just constant new mods being made, new maps, tournaments popping up, hosting the competitive mode. You've got more casual tournaments and just casual people playing the social modes. Um, that doesn't rely on you hosting a $20 million circuit and trying to, you know, basically steal people's investment money. So, yeah.
Hmm. Very sober take. I like that. So the
Yeah.
last,
Just, I haven't thought about Overwatch League in a while and just how silly that was. So it just got me
oh
riled up
yeah,
a bit.
yeah. The way that was pitched was like this is going to be the new NFL. Like, that was
With a game that hasn't come out yet.
yeah,
Like they were like, the game hasn't come out. We don't even know if people will like it, but like it's going to be the next NFL. You're like, what? Do you guys not understand? Like, just imagine if someone was like Ultimate Frisbee.
yeah.
It's this new sport. Like no one's played this before Ultimate Frisbee came out. Like Ultimate Frisbee, it's gonna get in now.
We're
The
building
league,
stadiums.
we're building stadiums. You're like, what? Shouldn't you have local clubs and people enjoying it first? Like it's just it's absolute nonsense, man. It's yeah.
Yeah, I see it with it's like every game. Yeah, it's like every game that comes out and has like $1 million tournament, and it's funny like even at like what you're talking about with the organic element of it with like DreamHack Atlanta, right? Like last November, where you had all these other stages for there was one for like Fortnite or something, and like these kind of obviously not like big like championship level events, but events nonetheless, where there was like 50 people there, and then the StarCraft stage was just like booming, exploding, which obviously nobody really expected, but kind of ended up working out that way because there is organic excitement, and there is a dedicated group of people that don't care how much money is up for grabs. They just want to go watch the best StarCraft players play.
Exactly. Yeah. There's just a natural excitement around it. I mean, this is why Brood War is such a great game as well. You know, I still, as someone who is such a casual appreciator of Brood War, I'm so bad at it. Like literally, when I play it, I just like make Lings and Hydras. And I'm like, wait, oh, this is the unit Hydras are bad against. I guess I lose. I'm just like dropping Zerglings and doing dumb stuff. But it's like when I watch that game, you don't need to be an expert at the game. You're just like, oh, like it's the push and pull and the positioning and the ramps and the choke points and the cliffs and the high grounds. Like it's amazing, and you can see the wrestling match physically of what the players are doing. It's just, oh, this translates. This is something that is great to watch. And people are naturally excited over it. So yeah, I just think definitely people should let the organic excitement be there, and then you can build upon that. But you can't put the chicken before the egg.
Most definitely. So the last couple of things I wanted to touch upon were just little tidbits I thought were interesting from the your daily 100, right? So one thing you talked about that I think is kind of neat is like the idea